prejudice against that idea. Why is your idea better than my idea? See, the difference between you and me is that I acknowledge the plausibility of your line, of your hypothesis. I say, it is possible that there was an intelligent agent who created this stuff out of nothing and who then arranges it over and over again to make complex objects. I regard that as a logical possibility. But for some reason, you don't even want to acknowledge that my hypothesis is plausible, that it is a logical possibility. I don't know why you deny that. I see you as a nature denier in that respect. You deny the possibility that natural processes could have brought about these complex objects.
Yeah, I think that's right. I certainly, what I think that's in the West, that's I would say starting from Enlightenment, when they thought about Christianity, they had difficulty to really embrace the idea that there could be three gods, or there could be, you know, a rational explanation for Trinity. So, and what they did, so they replaced these three gods with another three gods. So they denied those three gods, but they replaced it with invented new three gods. And one of them is nature, one of them is a cause and effect, and one of them is chances. So, and they actually explain everything in the universe as the product of nature, or cause and effect, or chances. So, and that's why what I say basically, yes, you know, you need to first of all acknowledge that your God is nature, or your God is a cause and effect, your God is a chance. Sometimes you need this as well. You need to have those three gods to really explain this complex process and complexity in the universe. And you're explaining that. Well, the problem with that, you cannot tell me that either nature or cause and effect, the material object, or the chance has any conscious at all and any intelligence at all. And what I'm saying that, no, if you cannot show that they have intelligence, don't say that the mother nature does this. When I see today, when I saw a beautiful tree in front of your house with a beautiful leaves, then you claim there was the work of Mother Nature. Now I, with my intelligence, cannot design and cannot make the picture. I will claim that if you make it exactly same picture, I will give you $500 if you just draw it the same thing. You can make it, I assume. So with the intelligence, if you can make it, how come that you can claim something ambiguous like a nature without any intelligence, which can actually be the source of this art? It's not just art, and you will see that leaves work like a factory as well. So my the answer to the question of why I really, kind of requires intelligence is because when I look at those arrangements, I see that everything in the universe is nothing other than arrangement. Those arrangements are well arranged and well connected, and like leaves work like a factory, produce oxygen. Oxygen is very important for living being. So in this case, either I have to say somehow randomly that we get all this balance and interconnection, or I will say that the arrangement, it seems like, is a purposeful arrangement made by an intelligent being.
There you go again, talking about randomly. No, the processes of nature are not random. I told you that before. Why are they not random? Because the basic particles of the universe have properties. They don't go together in any random arrangement. They only go together in specific arrangements. So I don't know why you keep bringing that up. Scientists don't have any gods. You mentioned the three gods of the Western world since the Enlightenment, but we don't have any gods. Now we do recognize basic elements or features of the universe. I've given you 4, not 3. Those 4 are substance, consisting of basic kinds of particles, perhaps up to 100 different kinds. Energy, power, or the dynamic principle, things that the idea that things move around and interact with one another. The third element is properties, or the laws of nature, the laws of cause and effect. That's all the same thing. It's the regularity in the interaction of these combinations of particles. And the fourth one is time, sufficient time, which will bring about different kinds of complex objects. So we don't have any gods like you. You apparently have just one, and the Christians have three. I think we agree on that. But we scientists, we don't have any gods. We have we recognize four basic elements or features of the universe, and those four things together are able to explain why we have complex objects. And the history of science is the discovery of what those properties are, what the basic particles are, and the history of the universe. How those four things have worked together to produce the complex objects that we have. I think I'll leave it at that.
Okay, I think since we are very close to, I know you're not celebrating Christmas, but
We have 10 minutes.
yeah, we are very close to the Christmas and the holiday season. So I got a kind of New Year present from God for you. So I would like to present this to you and explain it. What is this?
All right.
So you see here. So just this is a candy tree, a new tree. You see here, we just have a special candy for you. So it's, you know, if you become patient over time, you can get more candy. So you see now, if you actually, in this case, see this candy tree like this, and I think, and if really, if you, when you water it, you get the candy. And I kind of, first of all, think that you'll most likely see the next hour that CNN and all other big news channel will come here and will try to really, you know, record it and share with the world and say, you know what, we have a newly invented or discovered tree called a candy tree. Now, and I think everyone will be really amazed, and they will discuss that and say, you know, how come that you can get a candy tree? Now, my point is like, why you will become amazed when you see a candy tree or a chocolate tree, but you just don't become amazed when you see an apple and orange tree. In reality, that the candy, because you know, comes from a factory, and what you actually get as a candy is the arrangement of certain raw material, and these arrangements result in a certain product with certain property like a shape and color and taste. Now, imagine that what I did, and actually I go and to a candy factory, I say, you know what? Since we got this candy tree can produce the candy for us, I'm going to give you just the soil and give you water, and I want you to really get the soil and water as the input, the raw material, and actually make a candy for me. And I don't know what they're going to say. Most likely they're going to think me as a crazy person. They will say, you know what? This not gonna work like this. We can't make really candy out of soil. We can't just put water and soil and get the candy. But now I will ask a person who say, you know, why a tree without any mind and intelligence can make it and you can't make it? So my point is, in this case, that when we look at our arrangement and call the product come out of factory, and we actually see that it requires a plan and knowledge and process, and we see in the nature many things we just don't acknowledge that there must be intelligence behind us.
All right, well, this is the same old argument. Candy is produced by human beings. Apples and oranges are similar to candy in that they are complex. Therefore, apples and oranges must have been produced by an intelligent agent. See, the argument doesn't work. That's an illogical argument. It's the same argument over and over again that you keep making, and it simply does not work. What you failed to do today is to show how my hypothesis is irrational or illogical or doesn't make sense. You have not done any of those. You've just said, I'm amazed that you believe it's true. Well, your amazement is not an argument. It's an